Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked around your city and wondered how all these different buildings came to be? From the clean, simple lines of a downtown skyscraper to the futuristic, tech-filled structures popping up everywhere, architecture is a living storybook of our history, our values, and our dreams for the future. Today, we're going on an incredible journey through time to explore the evolution of architecture, starting from the revolutionary ideas of modernism and leading all the way to the intelligent, connected smart cities of tomorrow. It's a story of glass, steel, data, and human ingenuity. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into how we started building the world we live in today. Let's rewind to the early 20th century. The world was changing fast, and a new wave of architects felt that our buildings needed to change with it. This was the birth of modernism. Think of pioneers like Le Corbusier, Walter Gropius, and Mies van der Rohe. Their mantra was form follows function. They stripped away the ornate decorations of the past, like gargoyles and intricate carvings, and focused on clean lines, simple geometric shapes, and new materials like reinforced concrete, steel, and vast panes of glass. This wasn't just an aesthetic choice, it was a social one. They believed in creating practical, affordable, and efficient spaces for everyone. The famous Villa Savoy in France, with its pilotis lifting the building off the ground, or the Seagram building in New York, a sleek bronze and glass tower, are perfect examples of this radical new way of thinking. Modernism promised a utopian future, a rational and ordered world reflected in its architecture. But as the decades went on, some people started to feel that modernism was a bit cold. Its uniform, blocky structures were criticized for being sterile and disconnected from local culture and history. And so, in the 1960s and 70s, a new movement emerged, postmodernism. If modernism was about rules and simplicity, postmodernism was about breaking them and having fun. Architects like Robert Venturi and Michael Graves started reintroducing color, ornament, and historical references, but often in a playful, ironic way. Think of the Portland building in Oregon, with its oversized classical motifs and bright colors. Postmodernists believed that buildings should communicate with people, tell stories, and reflect the diverse, messy reality of human life. They embraced complexity and contradiction, giving our cityscapes a dose of personality and whimsy that had been missing. It was architecture with a sense of humor. Then came another twist in our story. By the late 20th century, architects like Frank Gehry and Zaha Hadid started pushing the boundaries of what was physically possible. This was the era of deconstructivism. Inspired by philosophical ideas, they challenged the very notions of harmony, order, and stability. Their buildings looked like they're in motion, exploding, or being pulled apart. Think of the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, a swirling masterpiece of titanium curves that looks more like a sculpture than a building. Or the Haydar Aliyev Center in Azerbaijan, which flows and folds like a piece of fabric. This was made possible by advances in computer-aided design, or CAD, which allowed architects to design and construct incredibly complex and daring forms that would have been unimaginable just a generation earlier. Deconstructivism gave us some of the most iconic and jaw-dropping buildings on the planet. As we moved into the 21st century, a new and urgent concern began to shape our world: climate change. This gave rise to sustainable architecture, or what many call green building. The focus shifted from just aesthetics to environmental performance. Architects began asking, how can we design buildings that use less energy, consume fewer resources, and have a positive impact on the environment? This led to innovations like green roofs that insulate buildings and manage stormwater, solar panels integrated directly into the facade, rainwater harvesting systems, and the use of recycled or locally sourced materials. The Bullitt Center in Seattle, often called the greenest commercial building in the world, is a prime example. It generates its own electricity, captures its own water, and processes its own waste. Sustainable architecture isn't just a style. It's a fundamental responsibility, proving that beautiful design and environmental stewardship can, and must, go hand in hand. And that brings us to today, and to the brink of the future, the smart city. This is where architecture, technology, and data all converge. We're no longer just building individual structures, we're creating interconnected ecosystems. Smart buildings use sensors and the Internet of Things to optimize everything in real time. Lights turn off automatically when a room is empty. Systems just based on the number of people inside and the weather outside, saving massive amounts of energy. But it goes beyond that. These buildings are connected to a larger citywide network. Imagine traffic lights that adjust to traffic flow, garbage bins that signal when they're full, and an energy grid that intelligently distributes power where it's needed most. Projects like Songdo in South Korea or Masdar City in Abu Dhabi are pioneering these concepts. This isn't science fiction anymore. Architects and urban planners are now designing for data, connectivity, and efficiency on a scale we've never seen before. So what's next on the horizon? The future of architecture looks to be a fascinating blend of everything we've talked about. We'll see even more advanced sustainable practices, with buildings that are not just zero energy, but actually produce more energy than they consume. We'll see the rise of parametric design and 3D printing, allowing for hyper-customized and incredibly efficient construction. Think of houses printed in a day from sustainable materials, and we'll see a deeper focus on human-centric design. After all, the goal of a smart city isn't just to be technologically advanced, but to be a better place to live, healthier, more convenient, and more connected. Architects are now thinking about how design can promote well-being, encourage social interaction, and foster a sense of community. The buildings of the future will be responsive, adaptable, and deeply integrated with both the natural environment and our digital lives. From the rigid logic of modernism to the playful rebellion of postmodernism, from the sculptural freedom of deconstructivism to the ecological consciousness of green design, and now to the data-driven intelligence of smart cities, the evolution of architecture has been a wild ride. It shows us how our priorities as a society have shifted over time. What we build is a reflection of who we are and who we aspire to be. The next time you walk through your city, take a closer look at the buildings around you. Each one has a story to tell about a moment in time, a set of ideas, and a vision for the world. And the most exciting part, the story is still being written, and we all have a role to play in building the next chapter. Thank you so much for joining me on this architectural journey today. I hope it gave you a new appreciation for the built world around us. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration. What's your favorite architectural style? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep looking up.